Hayabusa if ever they wanted to go for it. So just to be safe, they take it out. Evos SG right now, they went for the Hayabusa. I think Rrq answered a bit here with the Louis just because, you know, they don't have the Hayabusa pick anymore. So they can just focus on other aspects rather than just ban out the tanks.
It's true enough because that's probably the few survey heroes that can't easily chase up to the Benedetta by just, you know, clicking onto OG Shadow Kill. Now, without the lane, this is going to be less of those high mobility heroes on the board. So for the side of Rrq, they gotta get creative, which is something that Lemon usually does. But, you know, there's still options up there available. But one last ban out there to try to halt Evos SG in this El Clasico.
And what I meant about tank is actually an off tank. So it's not really the tank, just because JPL has his hands on the Jawhead already. So I think they might be planning to go for Farsa right now. I think it's safe to say.
Perhaps so. Like, I definitely believe that the Farsa will be a really good pick right here, which is something of a staple for the side of Evos SG itself. And for Rrq Hoshi, that will be really hard for them to just focus on towards any one of these guys, because with the better airstrike zoning some of all these members away. Remember, they also have been picking things like the Kagura in the previous matchups.
And look at, is this R7? I think this is R7, right? He's yawning. Oh my God. Maybe it's
like,
Rrq.
Come on, get this draft done and ready.
Yeah, I want to play Rrq. It seems to me that they're pretty chill about this. They're not really gonna exert, you know, a lot of energy just being jolly and happy. They just want to get this over with. And Evos SG, they look really serious right now. So for Evos SG, they have, you know, they have to put things into consideration and try to punish Rrq as much as possible. Rrq Hoshi going for a Beleric.
Wow, okay. I'm guessing this is something that maybe Lemon will be playing in a sort of sense. But I really like the picks coming in to secure this. A Clot alongside with Beleric. And I'm pretty certain that Evos here picks a Harif to show off the M1 World Championship skin.
I heard, or I saw in the certain video that, you know, is getting played here at the Enter Championship, that certain skin is making a comeback.
Yeah, and speaking of which, yeah, you can definitely make that purchase as well. And maybe this is also a reminder in such a way. Potato, now very final pick, only has less than 5 seconds. And oh, yep, I did mention Kagura. Yep, we're going to be seeing her in action instead of the Farsa. Now, let's talk us through towards this lineup that Rrq feels like. Definitely star-studded, but with this draft here, how are they going to play things out against Evos SG, which looks very mobile in this sort of scenario?
Let's just say that this is this going to be Aeon Zero?
I definitely think that this is one of these signature picks, even back in Season 1 when he was playing a long time ago. So he's very comfortable with a Kagura in this sort of sense. And if he actually lands a really good Yin Yang overturn, oh, he's going to be popping some hits in that sort of sense. Now, going in towards Game 1, I'm hoping to see a very aggressive side. It can be either party, Rrq Hoshi, or even the side of Evos SG. We saw those early buff invasions. We see the Jawhead usually trying to scoop the buff away. Yeah, perhaps there's even more investments being put through towards this match. Like, historically, these two organizations are highly reputable for just churning up high skill talents, but we are already seeing a pod broken into, and yeah, with that, we'll get more in towards the action because we already are back in towards the land of Dawn. Rrq Hoshi versus Evos SG. Now, question that came towards us before we even start some of these matches were, you know, is there such thing as a home advantage for teams like Rrq or Evos SG in such a setting?
Is it,
perhaps so.
Perhaps so. Is it even? applicable to esports? Just knowing that we are playing on the same map?
Well, questions to ponder about, but I definitely would say that for Singapore, this is their very first major
So
esports
a
event
lot is
for
riding on their
Mobile Legends
backs.
Bang Bang.
That's
right.
A lot is riding on their backs to make the bacon stay.
That's right. Like, none of the seasons of MPL MYSG was ever played in Singapore, and this is definitely a very meaningful event for every Singaporean alike that has been waiting for a major event to hit the shore. Of course, the pandemic happened, and we all are actually celebrating through multiple ways right now. But Soul trying to make a run for his life. He will be able to dash his way to safety, and Rrq has burned quite a lot of time being invested in towards that chase. Nothing much has happened throughout the 1 minute and a half, but buffs steals are not exactly the thing right now. But that Rrq is gonna go on the way of Evos Sg. Gonna be setting up a little bit of crabs to die, but the minions did not crash just in time. But Albert, alongside with Lemon, they're already pressing on the attack.
And Psycho here with the rotation. Soul getting the eye for an eye up, but that would be enough to save him. And let's go. Claude here goes down. That was a timely response coming here from the side of Evos SG, and they punished that aggression that came out from Rrq Hoshi. Now, Contra, we did talk about complex wind conditions earlier, but before that, they are now taking the turtle.
Oh boy, the turtle now being contested, and the circling eagle will drop right in towards the middle. Dark also opens up his ultimate here as Vin being chased away, but the turtle being secured right here. We do see a little bit more of that extension of goal going in favor of the side of Evos SG at the moment. Like, I like how they are playing and responding, and oh boy, the mountain has been used.
Just to get a bit of information of where the guys from Rrq are. Well, that's a lot of R's. But, if you have the turtle on your side, then that means you just want to have a bit more aggression. But Soul here being very aggressive. Electo final blow has been used. He used eye for an eye already, and look at the converge coming out from Rrq Hoshi. It just seems to me that they're ready always to punish a Benedetta that's cutting the lanes.
That's right, and Rrq Hoshi definitely have read it a mile away. So JPL now just gonna be checking every single corner, ensuring that the Harif will be safely getting a little bit of that sort of lead. Just taking a little bit of gold from those attacks on towards the turret, as Lemon is just helping Albert to babysit him until he grows in towards the giant monster. But Psycho here getting ejected all the way towards the back, and JPL gets another kill. Second one for the Jawhead. Pokemondo, he tries to bring a little bit more damage towards the side of Vin. That's the Diamond Force has been used. R7 might just give his life up just to save Vin, but JPL is chasing right in. It might just be one kill in the back. Oh, not enough to just fling that siege minion all the way back.
If he had the unstoppable force there, that might have done the trick, but Soul having that space onto the top lane, Psycho here, and JPL having a bit of a tank fight, but they just back out.
Yeah.
And they don't want to go for that certain fight just because they know that they didn't really have the
Oh,
firepower for
Aeon
it.
right now in the middle of it all. It's going to be Albert here that tries to do as much damage. But Soul, he's dropping real low. He has to back away. As you can see, Pokemon just dives right through, trying to get this Diamond Force through. But Lemon still survives. Soul goes right back inside. But Psycho is shredding in for that triple kill with the Blazing Duet.
Whatever lead Evos SG had, triple kill for Albert. You know that Albert is gonna get stacked in a bit. 3 kills for Albert plus a turret on the top lane. Look at this. Looking at Psycho on how he counter-initiated this.
Yeah.
He's just so dominant in just, having this certain initiations that couldn't have worked, but they made it work somehow.
They just read it all the way to the microseconds right there to be able to pull off a sort of counter right in that split second, and that responded so well. R7 now has already gotten that Bloodlust Axe, as we are currently seeing a little bit of the scuffle just by River. Oh my goodness, that circling eagle was so beautiful as Finn now risking his life, only a tick of health left, but Aeon flickers right in, tries to connect, just throw the umbrella straight to his face. Not gonna be far enough. He's got to pick that one back up. Now, Soul has to find his way back in towards safety. And Pokemon is just having a little bit of a tickle right now.
Aeon here needs to find a good initiation. That was a good yin-yang overturn, but it wasn't really enough to pull people back. Now, Soul is trying to burst down Lemon, but a Belleric offlane isn't that squishy, so that won't work.
JPL though, he's getting doped upon, and Rescue has arrived. Zapman Force being popped up by Pokemon. He's still chasing in to get R7 all the way back, but Finn gives his life up again. This is looking really good for Pokemon, but top lane switch up. Albert now going in for the Blazing Duet, and he tries to juke it all the way back in, but Pokemon says, no, you can't go any further than that.
Evos Sg. They came in a mission and they are delivering as of the moment. Aeon here trying to use the umbrella. Psycho might go down, but Soul doesn't have enough firepower to take him down to lethal threshold for the execute.
That's right, and of course you've already expended that Imperial Justice already, and Finn now flying right in. He knows, okay, that's a jaw hit. You really don't want to mess with him.
You don't really want to mess with him indeed. Now, I think Aeon here could have gone for, like, let's say, a Kaja. That could have been great for them, as it is straightforward. But if it's your comfort hero, it's your comfort hero.
That's right, and now Turtle going over the side of Evos SG once again. Well, what did I tell you? They are so hungry for this win against Rrq Hoshi, and Psycho now being clipped off as well. So going for the dive as well. Tries to go in for the Electro, but needing one more take of health to be taken off of him as he survives. But Vin goes in for a response as well. Oh my goodness, another punish towards Vin. Every single time he tries to engage, he could not execute any further than that. Rrq understands that's an overextension. They take a turret down, and Evo Singapore, this is a sight we haven't seen in a long time.
Evos, they look like they prepared their whole lives for this certain match. Now Claude tried to chase down Soul, but Soul has the Electro final blow, and he will survive that onslaught coming out here from Claude. Now, they need a scaling Lemon here, getting initiated upon, and look at that ultimate, catches 3 people, and here comes Rrq. They want to get back. Kagura goes down. The knockup is there for JPL, but Belleric goes down, and Potato here doesn't want any more of that. He goes back, and they are happy with that win.
Vin?
But no, the flicker in, and Vin almost getting caught out.
Yeah, he went so close to the turret. He could have been, I don't know, like he could have been ejected right there, but he understood that was definitely the limit. They tried to jack the buff as well, but Vin has definitely known that, yeah, it's been long gone before they could do anything about that. Evos SG, they look like they're one step ahead, and this is quite a rare scene to see a team like this actually hit Rrq. Psycho having to find a way to escape out of that with the flicker, and now tries to get the buff for themselves as well. JPL now also getting all the damage. Vin coming from the back as well. Pokemon will be able to do the damage, and oh my goodness, Lapu Lapu just gets one more kill, and Aeon will be the next one to fall as you finally see the Matilda pulling every card that they have. But it's a 2-to-1 trade, and it's not looking well for Rrq Hoshi.
Evos SG keeps on getting the better trade whenever the team fights happen. Now Potato has the chance to get this turtle, not the turtle, but the Lord rather, and they have the retribution. Now, Claude doesn't have it up, and this is the perfect time for them actually to take this. But will it get stolen? Yes, it will!
What on earth? Rrq Hoshi has got that one in the bag on the right time, and finally getting it back on track.
Potato didn't use the retribution for that.
It was so costly. Evos, they could have just waited a little bit more. Like, you don't really have to force the Lord right there.
Yeah, you could have waited until 12 minutes in
Mm-hmm.
to have the Luminous Lord, but probably they thought that it was the right time since Lapu Lapu and Psycho, the Sylvana, is down.
That's right. And now R7 has the Blade of Despair as well. JPL just trying to scout things out for the moment. But the good news is that, you know, level 1 Lord, who are you kidding? You're not going to be getting all too much out of that. But it does strike a dent. But JPL now in a really tough position as you see Albert coming in with the Blazing Duet. Damage being done towards Pokemon as he tries to use that Zaman Force with a big fat shield to get himself back in safety. Soul trying to go in for the hunt as well, but he might just get punished for his actions here. He's way too far off, tries to dash over the walls to be able to juke out the rest of Rrq. Back in towards safety they go. They only lose out on JPL.
But that wasn't the best trade for Evos SG. They're slowly losing their hold over the lead. While everything of that was happening, Aeon here almost getting caught out by that ultimate coming out from Belleric. And right now he goes... Mathilda goes in a bit too deep and he gets punished for that. And here comes the chase. Soul, will he have the Electro final blow? Will he pull the trigger on it?
He may not just do so.
No,
There's too many members of the side of Rrq. They are totaling it up on the purple buff. So if they were to really move right in, JPL will be punished. Now, Lemon definitely has seen that one. Rrq is still going to be having their eyes set over on the top side where the Yishin is pushing right in. Do note for the fact that they managed to channel 9 kills over onto his Potato. They have not yet to shut down this really well-fed Yishin.
Aeon is really doing a great job just controlling the people here, but Albert, Soul doesn't have damage to even take her down.
Oh, Psycho now investing everything that they have. He's bought enough time, but look at Soul. He's still trying to survive, but that last tick of health will be replenished. Well, I can't say replenished. Taken out by the side of Vin. So, 14 to 12, you can see that Evos SG still ahead by 2K, even though they lose out on the Lord. So all they have to do is just to find a way to get the rest of the members up, because Potato already level 15 and Albert's pretty much the same as well. They just have to be worried about their positionings in some of these sort of fights. But JPL honestly has been doing quite the wonder alongside with Soul, causing quite a huge disruption.
Pokemon and the others, they're just trying to scale as much as possible. In terms of late game, both of these teams have their potential with the Harith and the Claude, plus the Yishin here for the side of Evos SG. Soul, I think, is going for the same route as Flap did with his Benedetta earlier. I mean, he has the Festival of Blood on, but it's not really working for him as much. He hasn't gotten a kill ever since minute 1. So you know that he might be opting to go for an off-tank setup.
Wait a minute, they're actually trying to scout out to catch Soul in action, but do know for the fact that within 10 seconds from now, there'll be the upcoming Lord that will be pretty much on the Luminous side. Only one more tap for the turret to fall, so they'll be diving right in. Diamond Force being popped up. Pokemon says, yep, this is pretty much worth it, but now that there is the big objective up and they have known that, oh, Salmon Force has already been used, so they have to wait it to be coming back up online. So that also means that they are leaving the top side being empty out. So Belleric is currently going on a push. Battle Cycle getting caught out. This might just be a kill that might just be garnered, but nope, it's still not going to be a little bit too tough for them to crack open the shell. But Lemon flanking from the back. This is going to be a big move coming from the side of Rrq. Pokemon getting caught out. He tries to run for his life, but JPL forced to figure out a way. This is a bad news for the local side of Singapore. And JPL, one tick of health. He managed to swing himself back in towards the base. So they only lose one. Really, really tough bout out there for them to admit all the way through.
I'm surprised that Lemon made it that far without being noticed by the side of Evos SG. Even if they did have the Mountain Shocker, Albert right now trying to get the Lord, but they turn on Soul. Soul might go down here, and the dashes are coming out, but it wasn't enough to save him. Aeon going down. Albert here getting caught out by the Yin Yang overturn. And there is another fight happening here, Potato and Lemon. But they will just back away, and I think Evos SG, they'll just give up this Lord uncontested.
Yeah, I feel like they are just pulling strings right there and then, and JPL is the only one nearby to be able to do anything. And the redemption of this is probably snatching it away, and there's no chance as Rrq Hoshi has been able to finish the job. 14 to 14 in terms of kills, but I believe that with the Luminous Lord once again on the side of Rrq Hoshi, they could possibly get a lot more advantages out of the push, which now Lord is going to be going on towards the top side of the map, which means the rest of the members will be focusing either on towards the mid or even the bottom lane with a 1-3-1 formation being set up.
Okay, seeing the items earlier, like Soul had a blade armor and a brute force breastplate as with the blood blast axe. He's trying to go for the Blade of Despair just to get that extra damage, but right now, JPL catches someone, and Vin almost going down, but the protection is there. The shields will save him. Lemon here will be the next target, but can they take him down? A lot of skills have been used already, but only 1/4 of his HP is gone.
That's right, and of course, with Vin face checking, at the very least, they can clear the Lord. So it's pretty much of a sort of a risk that they had to take, but at the very least, there's no Circling Eagle to be catching them out of position. And with that, Evos SG will have to respond towards this bottom side of a push and have to give some of all these camps away towards Rrq at the moment. So Albert possibly trying to see whether or not can they find a little bit of a pick. So JPL is honestly on form, doing his duty, making sure that nobody gets past him to do anything at all. Now, Soul does get himself that Blade of Despair, so I believe that at the very least, he could still pull the trigger to find some picks later on.
Now, it's a clean-up crew kind of style for the side here of Soul, but here comes the fight. They catch out JPL. JPL going for the flicker. Will the armor, will the shields save him? Yes, it will. And they're turning on Psycho right now. Psycho with the flicker. And here we go. Pokemon getting caught out. He did have a bit of armor, but that won't save him. Soul going 1v1 against Albert, but Albert has way too much damage. Potato going down as well. Immortality by JPL. Will it be enough though? Lemon though, just getting tossed in front of the turret, but it does no damage to him.
Oh no, it's going to be fling all the way back, but Lemons will be able to dash in towards safety as well. These members of the side of Evos SG, as much as they found a lead, they eventually will still be